Welcome back to the Born Detailer Podcast.
Oh man. Yes. Welcome to the Born Detailer Podcast.
Another one.
Jamie Gonzalez.
Chad Stoker.
My man.
What's up?
Man, dude. Again. Another good day.
Another great day.
Man,
Great day.
I don't know,
week,
man. It was just great week, great life. Everything's
year,
good.
great.
We've been so good. Tell me something. What'd you do this week? What'd you do last night? What was up?
I don't even remember. It's been crazy. Been
You went to the gym?
working. I
know
was
you
going to
went
the gym, man.
bro. Come on. Sorry, bro.
I wouldn't be
My bad,
married.
bro.
I would.
Yes,
No,
man.
come on,
Crazy
man. I wouldn't be.
questions, bro.
My marriage wouldn't last if I didn't go to the gym. But luckily, my wife's into that too. So she's super into fitness. So she's so supportive, bro.
I've been going on walks, bro. Me and my wife go on a lot of walks.
That's good, man. Walking's so good for you. So underrated, man. But
I think it's mainly for me, it's that mental charge, you know what I mean? To get like that, just chilling, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially like I've been going, this is weird, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So I literally like to go and I'll walk in, like I wanna go and walk with no socks and everything, go walk outside, walk in the grass.
Ain't
know what I
weird,
mean?
bro.
No, I'm just saying I like to get that charge.
do you
know,
know why? The grounding, right?
Yeah, the grounding.
okay, yeah.
Like, so it's crazy. What me and my daughter been doing is when it snows, we'll go and run out in the freaking snow.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I got her to do it. It was before I was like kind of getting into that. I was like, let's go. She's like, my son's like, no way, I'm gonna do it. It's like, dude, let's go. So now we just do it. It's fun. It's actually really works out. So that's what.
But that's
like
legit, dude. Walking on with bare feet on like grass, you're grounded. It's grounding, bro. Like you're connecting with the earth.
Bro, I should start taking off my freaking shoes and my socks when we're doing this episode.
You better put on some fresh socks for that.
Bro, my feet smell good, bro.
All right.
I have that. I pamper them, dude. I put powder, baby powder, all that.
You get manicure, pedicure.
But yeah, man, dude, I want to watch this because this actually kind of pisses me off. But let's watch this video. This, I guess, cheapest polisher, best priced polisher.
Started in your polishing
This guy, man.
As a backup for your detailing business, I just found this option right here. This is the Work Pro 9 amp 15 millimeter.
There's polishers everywhere now.
Dual action polisher, and this thing retails on Amazon for under $85. So
He's like, and I make $25 every time you buy it.
Walmart's gonna have a polisher, like a Walmart branded polisher before you know it.
Oh, yeah.
My first impressions of this unit. This isn't going to be a longevity test here, guys. This is me actually just using it for the first time
works.
today.
Make sure you use my link to buy it.
Idea of how this thing feels, and go from there. So first things first, let's go ahead and pop this thing open.
Let's
show you exactly what it comes with.
buy
and
some
then we'll look at the unit itself.
Chemical
guys, so
Riser,
here we
Max
go.
Shine
Opening up
Next
the
or
box.
whatever.
Right off the bat, we have a bunch of pads, which is really nice. For that,
It's just all the stuff you buy from like Temu or Alibaba.
you get a
Yeah,
microfiber
crap.
towel, which is
Yep.
funny that they give you one microfiber towel. There's really nothing you can do with that.
At least they got
You
those
could.
waffle pads.
I mean, it's better than no microfiber towels. What the?
on Amazon. But as far as the pads,
Bro, you're not buying it for any of that anyway. It's like,
Right.
bro, obviously if you're buying that, it's because you're fucking cheap.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or you're just, you just want to polish one time when your car
Polish your own
once or
shit,
whatever.
which is cool. Polish your own.
That's fine. Yeah, that's really good.
Then you get 3 of the same density.
But qualify it, you know what I mean? Like he's jumping in here like, I run a business and I'm gonna test this polisher. I'm just saying, qualify it.
I personally never use these.
Transparency
So,
is
I
key.
don't know.
Yeah,
I
it
have
is.
no real opinion
Dude,
on these
I'm really-
either way. I always stick to the flatter surface ones like this.
I guess it is a review, whatever.
He's a waffle
You
hater.
also get a
No, I don't
wool
like it, man.
pad.
Come on, bro.
Now this wool pad, honestly, guys, perfect. I would throw away. It's flimsy.
I've used
So
those.
what is it, Flynn? That just means it's gonna cut better. There's no back.
Yeah,
Oh,
good
man.
direct pressure or direct.
You're just trying to address that
It's
one
gonna cut
concern.
Why would you throw that away?
Personally, I would stick to the
That's
foam
just
pads
crazy, man.
and just toss this away.
I've
It's
used
nice
those.
to stay included
Actually,
in
they
that.
work
Don't
decent.
throw it away. Test it first.
Additionally,
How do you know what
guys,
you're gonna need?
In the bag is going to come the
You don't even know what you're gonna need.
So
You're
I
throwing
think
stuff away. You don't know what your car's gonna take because you don't know what kind of
have to.
critical you're dealing
I
with.
personally don't. I like to just.
I don't use my handle for my root bed or for my
Rotary.
I use it for my rotary.
Do you?
My guys don't. So
And the backing plate is
It depends on
you'll
what
see
rotary
mine.
you use.
I like it.
Do you use it on the Rupes rotary or your DeWalt or your heavy one, your bigger one?
I don't. So if it was my polisher, I would have my handle.
The Rupes one though, because it's a
Rupes-
low speed polisher.
Yeah,
so
the Rupert. I would use just because I like it. All the polishers, no one here at the shop uses the handle. So
handles.
and I'm never grabbing my own polisher.
Right.
So if it was my own, then it
it's
would
a-
have that.
If it's a high speed polisher, I like the handle. If it's not, if it's a low speed like the Rupes, I don't feel like I need the handle as much because it's not. I'm not having to fight it as
It's
much.
not heavy either.
Yeah,
If you're wearing like a dual Milwaukee's.
It's all situational.
Really,
But yeah, man, I don't know. This is
fast forward more. Oh man,
Max
he's
Shine.
like the next one, dude. Max Shine.
Max
I
Shine
knew
is
it.
favorite.
I knew it. God damn
Here's
it,
my
dude.
link.
They're literally hitting up everybody on social media to sell their products, bro.
Yep.
The cheaper option. It's like, so what do you say? Go Chemical Guys, then Max Shine?
Yeah.
Or would Max Shine better than Chemical Guys?
You're rolling a dice. I mean, it's sixes at that point. I mean, they're all rip-offs. Like everyone's ripped off Rupez's design.
Yeah, they're all freaking stealing everybody's innovation. God damn it.
I hate that. You know what I mean? Like, there's enough for us.
Dude, make a comment. What do you think's higher? Is it going to be Rupez? Or not Rupez, Max Shine or Chemical Guys? What would you want to be caught with? Is it less offensive? Like for me, it's pretty offensive. You go show up with your Chemical Guys stuff and you're like, yo, bro, I got this new R793 compound. You know?
Elemental PQ.
Yeah, like, is it more offensive showing up with that,
M900?
or you show up with Max Shine? Like,
I don't know. I probably the Max Shine is less offensive because like some people think that it's a legit detailing brand. Chemical Guys, most people know. I mean, there's guys that run their business off of Max Shine polishers, and I can't even knock the polishers themselves. You know what I mean?
I knocked the freaking stealing, bro.
The stealing in but situations like this, like again, I talk a lot about qualifying who you're watching. Okay, like Pan got roasted years ago because he was getting paid for his stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he wasn't disclosing that. That was just people hating. It wasn't legit. Like he
Should get paid because guess what?
Right.
He does good work.
Right. He does. And that's the thing is because he wasn't qualifying it, people were hating on him. They were hating on him just to hate on him. But Pan, like, that was nonsense.
He
But
does crazy research, bro.
He does.
Like, he's really in it, like, trying to figure out.
He knows what he's...
And the reason why, I don't even know the guy, you met him. The reason why I know is because the dude's OCD, bro.
Yep.
People that are like that, they have problems, man. Like, it's like, they can't help but want the better sting. And the best sting.
And not just that, but Pan legit wants to provide value. He's not worried about the paycheck. The paycheck is allowing him to spend the time to really add the value, to talk intelligently about it. But like things like this, like say a Max Shine is your favorite polisher.
This guy gets mad love, bro. Like,
He does. He
Bro.
does, but like at one point he talks about he's promoting the Max Shine.
but the guy has Koch Kemi in the background, bro.
Right.
Like, come on, dude. Like, you're freaking over here selling this?
Towards the end, he says, use my link to go buy the Max Shine polishes, and then 10 minutes later he says, oh, I've never actually used these. Like, how are you gonna promote shit that you have never used? Like,
And that's my problem.
That's
too.
a dark side for me.
That's dark because let me tell you, I've had people send us stuff and use it, or want to use it. It's not necessarily I don't want to support them or I'm gonna try. It's like I'm more on like community of people. Like if Max Shine was maybe showing me mad love and we were way cool and they were, helping me, coaching me, whatever, trying to do that, then maybe I'd be more inclined to go ahead and work with them.
Support those that support you.
Yeah, and I would do that, but I don't feel like any of those are bringing anything to the game. But
I have a really hard time with people supporting products just for a paycheck. You know what I mean? Just to get that affiliate link. Like if you're legit using that to run your business, all right, give the recommendation. Or if nothing else, qualify it. Say, hey guys, I've never used these before, but you can get a discount on them. Don't tell me to buy it and then say, I've actually never used these. Like, don't recommend shit that you've never tried before.
if it's in my shop, for me, that it's been tested.
Right, but there it's front and center.
Yeah, like if you walk in here in my shop and you see Koch, you see 3M, you see McGuire's, you see P&S, you see, what else? Rupez, DeWalt, whatever. Owner's Pride. Like, cause I do it.
Right. But you're not trying to make a dollar.
Like I tried it, it worked. I'm gonna keep using it, and I'll tell you and I'll co-sign on that stuff. But I'm not gonna. You're not gonna make $10 every time I say your name or do something. That's not what I'm not doing that. Man. It's not life changing.
And not shit that you don't actually use or support. Like, you know what I mean? If you're doing it just to get a paycheck, that's where I don't like it, because a lot of people come onto the scene and they look to guys like this to get their information and learn from. And so when he says use this and you don't use it and you don't know that there's something better out there, because he's more worried about, or some people are more worried about an affiliate link and getting a paycheck than they are about actually educating people. Mm-hmm. Like, at least qualify, at least tell people, like, be transparent with people. I hate people doing sneaky, backhanded shit where it's like trying to mislead people just for a paycheck. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it's that time.
It is that time. Yes, sir.
I'm
Thank you,
thirsty.
sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, homie.
Yep.
Thank you. No, you guys. Jamba Juice, sponsored by Jamba Juice.
Yeah. You the big one. Are these all the same?
No, I don't want the big one.
No, you get the big one.
Yeah, I get the big one.
Are these all the same?
Yeah, they're all the same. Strawberry banana.
I wasn't hating that first time on the Caribbean whatever because that shit was good, man. That was my jam. I was just
I felt like you were attacking me.
no.
I
was attacking me because you got something different, and I was just being a hater. I was a hater. You were
Well,
different,
anyways,
so.
cheers, bro.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Cheers.
Appreciate
But
it.
dude, let's watch a person that I don't feel is trying to stab you, bro.
Yes, but to end this, qualify if you're going to go to YouTube. There's a lot of great information, and I talk about this all the time. If you're going to go to YouTube to get information, make sure the people that you are getting it from are qualified and are not just trying to make $1 off of you, because you can't run a business. You can't be successful in detailing if you don't have the right information. You're being misled. You know what I mean? Like, so just qualify the people. Just look up.
And that just tells me if someone's just gonna bring you something, it's like you're just all about the dollar.
That's
like,
it.
whatever, bro. Like,
That's
come
it.
on, man.
Which is cool. If that's who you are, that's cool, but own that shit. Say, I'm just trying to get paid off of this, so I use this because of this, but don't try and mislead me that it's some great stuff and it's like just so you can get paid. You're over here using Koch Chemie, but you're promoting and selling Max Shine because they're the ones writing you a check. You know what I mean? Just be
If anything,
real.
I feel like he should have freaking got that and then showed. Anyways, whatever. Who cares? Let's talk about this other dude because I feel like I really like.
Welcome back
OG.
to the Detailing channel. I am
He did this
in the
video
process
while-
of machine polishing the bonnet of my M140
The bonnet.
to take out some machining marks and where it's been refinished and repainted. No problem so far. However, I've encountered a problem, and it's a really interesting problem, and it's a good case study. So, first thing to do is I want you to try and solve the problem, and I'm going to describe.
Speed
I'm
this.
gonna
I wish you-
now attempt to describe to you the problem as I encountered it, and then some of you are going to be able to guess exactly what is going on, or not guess, but work out exactly what's going wrong straight away, and others maybe not. Don't
So
worry if you can't, because I did.
This is the problem. This is what he did. So he did this test spot, which is right. This is what you want to do is do the test spot.
So I've worked out
But
what's going on now by messing around. Okay.
everything was going good until he hit this adjacent panel that was a repaint, and it was reacting completely different.
Yeah.
Where he messed up, this dude's great. He did all things right. Where he messed up is knowing, and this is just a slip. I'm sure he does this, but knowing that there was a repaint and not doing multiple test spots. You do your test spot to determine what products are going to be best on this clear coat, because a common misconception is
Especially if it was painted recently.
right. Well, yeah, the paint reacts completely different. Like if it's new, but like a lot of people, especially guys getting into this, look at the paint and think, oh, this has got a lot of scratches on it, so I need to go heavy. I need to get aggressive with it. That's not it, man. It's all dependent on the clear coat, right? How the hardness of the clear coat. So he should have did the two test spots, which sounds like that's what he normally does. But he started off right. He did a test spot to figure out what it's going to take, and then he ran into a problem, so he reassessed. So if you know, I get calls all the time. It's like, man, I was doing this, everything was going good, and all of a sudden, something's wrong. Something's wrong with the polish. Something's wrong with the polish. I'm like, no, man, you got to repaint a panel. Just do a different test spot.
Yeah. One thing too is that dealing with fresh paint, like we don't use microfiber on fresh paints because you can tick it, the heat or all that. So fresh paint, it's its own thing. Like you don't know if it was painted a week ago or a couple days ago, if it was painted a month. Like the curing and off-gassing process changes. So like you have to do that. Like right when you're polishing, you're on the hood and you move to the fender, you move to the bumper because a lot of bumpers have been painted. Right when you move to the bumper and you realize, like, why is it like smudging? Like kind of looks like a smudge or it immediately hazes. And you're like, oh man, what the hell? So automatically get off your microfiber, get some foam, and then just switch it up, adjust accordingly. But yeah, you have to. That's why it's always good to do panel by panel. Like if you're gonna do, let's finish. A lot of guys will do everything. Finish a full panel, then you move. Finish a full panel. Move.
Right.
Edge plastics, edge work's different.
Do edge work first.
Yeah, plastic's gonna be a lot different. Like you could, like pillars, different. Any type plastics. I feel like bumpers are like a nemesis because you can be knocking out all the metal, everything's fine, and then you get to the bumpers, and it's just going to be, because another thing too is that the plastic's actually heating up too from the plastic bumper. Right. So you're having, you could get a bumper really hot, and it's to the point of like, it's really,
it's malleable.
Yeah. It's, you're shaping it out. So you kind of want to, you don't want to use, we call it folding. It's not really, you don't burn bumper paint, you fold it. So on a metal panel, you can burn and you'll see it's the burn mark.
Right.
On a plastic bumper, it folds from the back end, so it kind of like crinkles.
Crumples up, yeah.
Yeah, so you got that crinkle on it, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, what happened? So that's so to burn on plastic is a completely different way. You can burn because you're like, if you were going light, but mainly it's because you got it too hot.
Yeah.
And it's the back. The back primers, sealer, everything from the back that's what creates that crinkle. And you're like, damn, dude, what the hell I just did? So the main thing too, when you're working on, when you work on plastic, it's just a completely different game.
Yep.
It's you can be more aggressive.
So would you attack? Do you guys do a different test spot on the plastic, or do you?
We kind of know now.
Okay, yeah.
We know like, hey, when you're polishing plastic, you want to kind of ease up a little bit. Like you don't want to ramp on 6, or like if you're using a rotary.
I never use 6.
Yeah, if you want to use your rotary though, like you don't want, and you're doing like so if you have like the little edges, so the bumper goes up right here, and you want there, you kind of want to make sure your edge work. You just want to make sure you're getting those, those different crevices different. So we know, but yeah, and Izzy, my guy, I think 2 weeks ago, he was polishing a bumper and he's just stressed out. He's just like, oh my gosh, what happened? I was like, bro, you went dry, got hot, more moisture. You want to make sure, that's just is what it is.
So did he fold it? Did he?
Yeah, he folded it. Yeah.
Yep.
We've had that done on mirror caps too. We've done it. Guys do it on mirror caps, which mirror caps is awesome. Yeah, it's part of the game, and especially if you're going. And I'd rather them do it. I'm glad he did it because now it's in the past. What a lesson.
Right. But what I love is that that he still was stressed out about it because it means he cares. Because dude, if I worked here, I wouldn't care about burning through paint because I could just repaint shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'd
be going hard on everything. I'd be to the max.
We do, because like I said, we do paint reconditioning here.
Yeah, yep.
So it's different. So we're trying to get scratches out. We focus more on getting scratches out, and the finish is the big, it's a big part too.
Right.
But we want to do the scratch removal. So
but you have the ability to fix stuff if you mess it up.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't. Like if they burn a panel, that's it. Their day, their week, maybe their month is
trashed out.
Red,
yeah. That's a big thing. But mainly what I'm saying is metal panels, plastic is different. Even I want to say if you're working a lot of these higher end cars, you're dealing with carbon fiber. You don't want to do that.
Right.
All the Porsches, a lot of the Porsches now, like anything like the Mercedes GT, the front end carbon, all the Lamborghinis carbon, you can't get that. Those are slow. Though you have to go slow, and you want to stay away from heat as much as possible. So you're going to use your tool. You want to stay, if you're working on a 911 or like the GT3s or GT3 RS and all of the front end that has the car or is all carbon, heat is a negative.
Yeah. Because
carbon, the way it expands, it's the same thing. Like you can get that not even that hot, and it's literally just to that instant. So run slow on carbon fiber. If you're polishing carbon fiber, you want to run as slow as possible, and just to get the scratch out.
But take a different approach. Do it a little bit, and if you start to get concerned, oh man, go do a different area and come back. Let that cool down. Let that have a chance to settle. You know what I mean? Because you can cause paint swell and get false positives. You know what I mean? You have a scratch, you heat it up, the scratch goes away, and then it comes back when it cools because you went too hot. So give yourself the leeway.
Yeah, running cool is a big, and that's a new step that I've changed to is running cool. I'm more of let's just go. Let's get it out. And take it past that. So I know if I'm polishing out a scratch and I get it real hot, I'm taking it past that. So I want to get it even hotter. I want to get it hot, and then I want to push it back. So if this is the valley and I know I'm going to go hard and really, really heat it up as a deep scratch, I'm going to freaking go more. I'm going to take it to the, so if you're polishing fresh paint and you're wet sanding it, you did 2000 grit and then you polish it back, and you take it back outside an hour later and you come back, if you don't go heavy enough, it's all going to come back and you're going to see all your sand marks.
Okay. Yeah.
So what we do is we know that the sand marks are coming. So instead of stopping at 2,000, we take it to 3,000. Make sure that 3,000 step is flush. 3,000 really, really well. And then we do rotary on that step, not because you can get out all of that with just a rotary. Like if you polish it, or not a rotary, sorry, you can get it out with foam.
Right.
But the rotary, we introduce that step when we're taking out fresh paint. We do the rotary because we know that we have to send the car away and we want to eliminate any sand scratches that could come back.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's mainly for us for not to get a customer come back. Oh man, dude, I can see these sand scratches.
Right.
So we're knowing like, all right, we did 2,000 or 800 because the paint was good. We had really big defects in there. So we did 800 to 1,200, 1,500, 3,000, whatever. So we get that all down, boom, 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 boom. Then rotary it, not because we need the rotary, because you can polish it and get it all out. Mainly it's the rotary to secure that you're getting out all those sand marks, the edge work really good, and you're eliminating everything.
You've adapted your process to fit in the model for that customer, for that type of customer that you're working with. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. There's no hard and fast rule. You have to adapt. You have to be like resourceful and learn how to do things a little bit differently to stay profitable. You do it this way to get the customer result that you need, but also do it in a time frame that still makes you profitable and prevent comebacks, right?
Yeah,
so
dieback in auto body industry it's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
That is the biggest comeback stuff. No one comes back for a fisheye. Like
Right.
no one cares.
I don't
And
even
even
know.
runs. A lot of people don't even see the run. Like no one, they will come back if they see haze and not haze sand marks.
Right.
And it's not sand marks from the body work. It's sand marks from you doing denibbing or whatever you're doing.
do you when you do multiple sanding steps, do you sand in different directions? So you go this way 2,000, this way 3,000, so you know which super
Yeah,
smart.
so you could do that, and there's different ways so you can get efficient at it. You know, you could use, not Michael, but Terry likes to use
The powder
guide coat.
Yeah, guide coat.
Terry, but Henny never does. Freaking Michael never does.
My eyes, I have a hard time seeing, so I have to go directional. So my 2,000,
Yeah.
I'll go one step this way, so 2,000 this way, and then I'll do my 3,000 step this way. So then I can see if I get to my polishing step and I still see sanding marks, I can tell which step it was because of the direction it's going.
Yeah, so just on those final steps, so you can eliminate and not get that die back, just do to the next finest level and do it each step. Really be precise with it. So like if you're gonna do once you finish 2,000, you make it sure it's really good, and you make sure you're evenly standing and you got all your texture out or whatever you're doing, and then move to the 3,000. Make sure that's right, and then move to the rotary step or whatever you can do. Make sure you get that good, really good, and then you finish out.
Right, because your sanding is so important. If you don't sand right, it's going to compromise. People don't think this because they think they're removing defects, but it'll compromise your finish. Like if you don't sand correctly, you're going to have a shittier or a worse finish than if you had sanded. You know, if you refined a little bit more on your sanding step, or if you were a little bit more diligent, or just did a better job sanding. Right?
Yeah.
Like they don't think that it's going to cause me issues during the polishing or the final step.
Yeah,
But
like when you look at sanding on like a micro or like a nano scale, like you can create things of different, like, so say you sand a spot here and you create these different flat spots all around, which 99.9% even painters and detailers will never understand when you tell them a flat spot. A flat spot, once you're retexturing and taking out texture, those are the things that's just too advanced. Like you don't even need to.
you don't even need to know that.
Yeah, it's like you don't even really need to know that unless you're doing like the thing you went to, the
master
Kilmer thing.
class.
That's what you probably see people in the custom
Right.
start.
Unless you're doing like show car.
Yeah, show card, flat, doing things like that. Like for
Texture
me,
removal.
in the game we do a lot of dealerships, and we're doing that. So flat spots to us is we do that because we're doing a scratch removal service. So meaning, because they sell a brand new car, Toyota sells a brand new car, and they bring a car which Toyota paint is extra thin. Hyundai, Kia paint, extra thin. So we do have to sand those because why? Not because the customer is going to leave a bad survey. Dealerships make a lot of money off their surveys, so they want the scratch to be gone. So that's a difference between us and other places. We're doing scratch removal, and that is we sand a lot.
Right.
So we're doing spot sanding all the time. And by spot sanding, essentially you're creating flat spots in the paint. You want to feather it out so you can minimize that. So like if you're sanding here, you want to make sure you're going to feather that out. So you do here, 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 here. Because you don't want to create just like a finger indentation. That's the cool thing. You want to use those rid sticks or use a 3M block or any of these blocks. That's why.
Because if you don't feather it out, when they the scratch is going to be gone, but you're going to see this spot that looks abnormal than the rest of it.
Yeah, and that's like I said, that's on the nano level.
Right. But
if you want to work on the nano level, that's what it takes. You know, that's the different types of work that you're performing. But for us, that's why we do reconditioning.
Yep.
And that is a scratch removal service.
And the dealer world is completely different. Than like it's
but still they want you to if you go to a dealership and they want you to take out scratches, then you take the damn scratch out.
Right.
The same thing. We get a customer and we're walking around the customer and they're like, they ask me, hey, we're walking around the car and he points at that scratch. Can you get this scratch out? I'm like, well, that's an additional service. That's going to be $50 just to do the panel.
Bet we can do
just
it.
Just to take we got you. Yeah. It's just like my approach to upselling is I approach it like a dent guy. A dent guy charges you for your dents.
Add-ons, bro. Bing,
yep.
Bing,
yeah,
bing,
the
bing.
dents. So anyways, man, life is so damn good. But man.
One thing I want to say about this though is like he talks a lot about the force rotation, like, and just about the force rotation. And I don't know if his game is different now, but like, give yourself options. Like, don't limit yourself to one. Like, have a system, but don't limit yourself to just one thing, like one polisher. Because if he had multiple options of polishers, it may have made that second panel, that panel that he was fighting with, a little bit easier, right? The test spots, I love the test spots, and also like know the specifics of the products that you're working with. Like a lot of people don't realize that different polishes or compounds, liquids have different cycle times. The Rupes is a short cycle. It's 30 to 45 seconds. The Coach Chemi is a medium or whatever. The Epic is a medium or longer. So it has a longer working time. Know the working time of the products that you're dealing with. Because if you get used to the Rupes and you switch to this and you do short cycle, you're going to get a shitty result and vice versa. So that's it, man. Just know your stuff. Know your stuff.
But yeah, there's this one thing too. I deal with this. And this is something I'm working on. Let's watch this video real quick.
Working on yourself, talking to yourself. That's so very important. Overcoming the negative conversation, that inner dialogue that's going on all the time, all the time. Even when you don't want it to be there. You can't stop yourself right now from thinking. You can't do it. It's going on. And so learning how to empower yourself, part of doing that is standing up to yourself. You got to stand up inside yourself sometimes and say, shut up. I was going to give a presentation, and this voice inside of me saying, you can't do this. You don't have everything it takes. Shut up. I'm behind on my bills, and you telling me what I can't do. I have got to do it. You'll get scared sometimes. Your mind will go blank on you. Some people you will allow to unnerve you, and you wonder, what's wrong with me? I'm not crazy. That's why you've got to learn to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to stand up inside yourself. Working on yourself, watching that inner dialogue, it will determine the quality of your life.
Dang, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I started getting teary-eyed there, bro, because that shit hits me hard. Because we are our own worst critic. I've struggled with negative self-talk, and for years and years and years, it's something I've gotten a lot better at. But like, let me ask you, like, I say stuff to myself that I wouldn't let any other person on the planet talk to me. Like if somebody said this, if you said to me, and I love you, bro, but if you said to me the shit that I say to myself, we're fighting. We're throwing down right now. Yeah. If anybody else says that stuff to me, I'm probably gonna stab them. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't let anybody else talk to me the way I let myself talk to myself. And that is completely opposite. You should be your own biggest fan. Yes, you should be your own biggest cheerleader. When those times happen, when you start to get down on yourself, there's this thing, I think it's called the reticular activating system. When you tell yourself, I'm stupid, your brain's going to look for ways to validate that. It's going to look for ways to reinforce that, to prove, because you don't want to be wrong. So your brain's going to find ways to reiterate the fact that you are stupid. So you have to get to a point where you can catch yourself in those moments. When you start that negative self-talk, I use it as a trigger, right? So when I do something, I forget something. Oh man, you're awesome. Like you kick so much ass. Like I use it as a trigger to start telling myself just stuff how amazing I am, you know? Because if you're not gonna cheer for yourself, like why should anybody else? Why should the rest of the people, you want everyone to be your supporter, everyone to be your fan. Why should they if you're not willing to do it for yourself? If you're not gonna be your own fan, why should anybody else be? You know what I mean? Like,
that gave me the chills, bro.
Bro, you got to start.
It's the demons. That's a demon in you. Whether you want to say religious, whatever, it's like that's something to tear you down, and you got to rebuke it. Like you can't. Yeah,
It's hard. It's hard.
And I do it all, day to day and day to day. And you know what? That's why we're grinding. That's what we're doing. What we're doing. I'm gonna keep going. I'm good at it. Let's go. We're here.
Be your own biggest supporter. Be your own biggest cheerleader. Like, don't let yourself say things to yourself that you wouldn't let other people, right?
Hell
Talk to you the way you would expect anybody else, your kids. You want your kids to respect you, but you're not respecting yourself. Like, what? Like, be the example. And I know this firsthand. I'm not talking like I'm perfect because I do it all the time, bro. But like, you have to, it is a perspective. When you think like, I know I've talked to you about this a lot, but like, if I leave my house, if I forget my wallet, right? And I leave my house and I realize 5 minutes after I leave that I forgot my wallet. My instinct is to say, you idiot, you left your wallet. But I flip it, man. It's like, oh man, you show gratitude. Man, I'm so glad that I realized that I left my wallet now instead of 30 minutes later when I got to work, right?
Sure.
Just flip that. But be your own biggest cheerleader, man. Let's go.
Bro, I'm cheerleading for you too, man. So we're good. Guys, man. Another one. Born Detailer Podcast. I'm Jamie Gonzalez.
I'm Shad Stoker.
We are out.